Mr. Smith from Missouri.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Shapley, Mr. Ziegler, I want to thank you both again for your testimony and your willingness to come forward and tell the truth for the American public. And I apologize of the behavior of some of our colleagues and how the press has treated you for doing what is right so the American people can see it. Mr. Shapley, included in the documents you provided to the Ways and Means Committee is a document labeled Exhibit 2 in the transcript of your testimony, which is a portion of a special agent report. This document is located following page 41 of the transcript, this one. What is this document and what recommendations are made in this document?
Yes, so this is the prosecution recommendation report that IRS CI agents produce at the end of an investigation when they're going to recommend prosecution to the Department of Justice. This was authored by Special Agent Ziegler, and it's an incredibly robust document. There's several thousand pages because each of these, the facts and the elements in this particular report, the elements of each violation show which piece of evidence meets that element. So in this report, it recommended felony charges for 2014, 2018, and 2019, and misdemeanor charges for 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, and 2019. And it further shows that Special Agent Ziegler spoke with prosecutors and worked hand in hand with prosecutors while this was being drafted, and they clearly agreed that the elements of these violations were met, and they supported this document. And when it was sent to Department of Justice Tax Division for approval on February 25th, 2022.
Mr. Shapley, what level of confidence does the IRS need to have to recommend charges like the felony counts listed in this document?
So, I mean, each violation has each element listed in this report, and the evidence is shown underneath each of it. This report goes through internal departments at IRS criminal investigation, and in addition to the prosecutors agreeing that the evidence supported charging felony counts, the senior leadership up to the Director of Field Operations, the IRS criminal investigation, also personally reviewed this report and approved it to be sent to Department of Justice Tax Division.
So were you surprised that on June 20th, 2023, prosecutors announced a plea agreement with Hunter Biden under which he would only plead guilty to violations of 2 misdemeanor charges?
So, you know, the guilty plea is outside of my control, but what I can say is it's not what an investigator thought, it's not what Special Agent Ziegler or I thought, that felony charges were proven in this case. The prosecutors again and again agreed with that assessment. And Attorney General, United States Attorney Weiss also agreed with these because he went to the DC U.S. Attorney to ask him to partner. You don't ask someone to partner with you if you don't yourself agree with those charges. And when he got denied that, he requested special authority and was declined, as he said, in the October 7th, 2022 meeting.
Yeah, in the report that we just highlighted as Exhibit 2, it states in there that even Leslie Wolf agreed with these charges moving forward, the assistant prosecutor. Mr. Ziegler, on page 32 of the transcript of your testimony, you discussed the need to interview Hunter Biden's adult children regarding certain deductions that you listed earlier of Hunter Biden included on his tax returns. You also testified that Assistant United States Attorney Leslie Wolf told you that you would get into hot water if interviewed the president's grandchildren. In other cases that you've worked over your career, have you ever had a prosecutor tell you that you couldn't interview a relevant witness?
So there are certain things that come into whether we talk to a witness or not. So if they're an attorney, if there's some special situation that might come up, that might cause caution to interviewing that witness, but I've never been told that we couldn't approach someone to interview them as a part of an investigation. Yeah, I mean, there's certain situations to where you have to do a further analysis of the information that you might get if they're, like I said, if they're an attorney. But yeah, so in this case, we needed to to talk to witnesses related to things that were deducted on the tax return. And in this case, it was the adult children that we needed to talk to.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I see my time expired.
Gentleman yields back, Chair.